Namaste, Namaskaram. Welcome to Stories of Hope Introvert Special. So this is almost we almost crossed 1 year. That is it is incredible. I even should thank everyone whoever have been supporting us, whoever have been pinging us for whatever reasons and why we are not doing it. Sometimes yes, here and there we may not come because of a lot of reasons. But thank you so much for your support. We have completed 1 year of this journey. We are 44 episodes till now, still continuing with lot of people who have already gone through introversion and they have achieved success in their life, and they are inspiring thousands of people, and coming over here and talking about their story makes us also get some hope. So yes, this show, again, I just want to repeat this point every time. This show is created in it is started with an intent, telling people that there are a lot of people who are introverts out there, or maybe gone through introversion, but yes, they have achieved something good in their life, even using that introversion, being whatever they are. And this show is not only for introverts. This show tells to, I mean, a lot of people telling that you can also get hope by listening to their stories, so that you also get inspired by listening to their stories, because every story is so powerful. Every story has its ups and downs. So everyone who are coming over here are not a normal whoever there, but yeah, they have gone through so many ups and downs, but yeah, achieved something good in their life. So yes, today's episode, 44th episode, also have a special guest. I mean, I should tell you one thing. I have seen her from couple of months probably. I first met her in February, but yeah, from there I have observed her, how she is doing it and all. She's I mean, I have seen a very some few amount of women out there who are doing good things and actually adding value to people and doing something different. But yeah, I mean, she's one among them. I always feel that she has a very strong voice as well. She always talks about a thing that will be that's what she talks in a word, and she actually implements that. And yes, I will give a short introduction about her, because I don't want to waste our time. So the short introduction will be around, she is actually 2 times TEDx speaker, and she's a founder of Right to Rise, India's first and only ISO certified posh organization which is into training, compliance and auditing. And she is certified human rights and child rights, and she won a lot of awards. I mean, the list is very big. I couldn't tell so many, but yeah, few are like Noble Asian Award winner 2018, and Young EY Entrepreneur Award 2018, and Nari Shakti Award. There are a lot of, as such, as I told you, there is a big list of awards which she has won. And she's an international mentor, speaker, thought leader with 23 years of experience. Apart from that, she spoke on multiple international stages till now, global conferences, and representing women in leadership and gender equality. So yeah, she has done her NLP. She's an expert in that, and many more. As I told you, I cannot list so many things. What profile she has. I mean, it is privileged and honored from my side as well to actually host her today. And yeah, we are all fortunate enough that she's over here and she's sharing her thoughts about introversion, and the topic which she is talking about is about the how we can actually rise introverted child in this extroverted world, because childhood is the one which actually defines a person's personality. So for me as well, how I was grown up, what all environment I am into and all, this actually defined my character. So yes, this is very important topic which she is going to address, and definitely everyone will get a lot of value out of it. I have no doubt in it. So without any delay, let us invite our guest, our special guest of the day. She is none other than Dr. Raina Khatri Tandon. Hello, Raina ji. How are you doing?
Hello and good morning, Santosh. I think it's such a beautiful morning on this lovely Saturday, a very special moment because we are also there on Gandhi Jayanti. 2nd October is supposed to be the day of the leader of our nation. And I'm proud that I'm around with you sharing wonderful thoughts for our society and for people at large. Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
for
ma'am. First
having
of
me.
all, thank you so much, first of all, for coming over here, accepting the invitation. It is a privilege for me also because I was seeing you, I was actually following you and all. I got to see a lot of things where you are actually adding a lot of value to women leaders, especially and all. It is a privilege for me and a honor for me to host you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me once more.
Okay. So I will just explain you the format of the show. So basically, the show will be of two rounds. One will be a question and answer round. Second will be a rapid fire. So question and answers is about your real life story because most of the people know you as an woman leader and has done a lot of things, but no one knows you as a personal. I mean, as a person, what you have been into as a mother, especially what you have been into. So that side of thing, maybe a lot of people doesn't know about it. So definitely, as we already know, stories impact more or inspire more, right? So yeah, we want to know about that. So in that way only the questions go up. So yeah, the first question in Q&A, question and answer round is, so you told me that you are into also a side of introversion and all. I mean, can you just give us some brief introduction about your childhood days or college days where you have gone through this particular phase?
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much for that beautiful question. I hope I'm loud and clear for the lovely audience. Good morning, audience. Good morning, lovely viewers at Santosh Nimani's channel and the Stories of Hope. Let me tell you that that name itself, Stories of Hope, it's so beautiful because it's bringing in the hope in all the people who feel that they cannot or they may not be here. But about my young age, I would start by saying this one line which I have always believed, that solitude or being an introvert is not like you would never emerge. When you are in solitude and when you are quiet, it will always catalyze into something very innovative. So I always see introvert people as people of great impact, people of great change, because their wonderland, their imagination is just going to flow. Uh, a little bit about my childhood. Of course, I was not an introvert, but yes, I was not very outspoken. I never thought I would become somebody as prominent, a celebrity, a person who can speak as an international speaker, mentor, trainer, because that was never on my mind. Uh, as a young child, just like other young children, I was very calm, very complacent from a very well to do family. My parents have always been, even though sometimes we know that our parents are not very highly educated as we are today. I hold a PhD, and I don't think my parents were at that level, but they were educated. They always used to push that we are better off when it comes to them, and that's what even I as a parent feel, that we give the best to our boys to come. So when it comes to the word introvert or extrovert, it's just state of mind. Some of the people who are very quiet sometimes are quiet because they are processing things in the mind, right? And when I was in my young days, I was not an introvert. I was a highly extrovert person when it comes to being at home. In fact, I also had this name of people calling me ki uh, gadbad aa gaya, ya khatra aa gaya, because whenever I used to come around, I used to make a lot of noise. I used to even drop the things, and I used to be a very playful kid. But when it comes to my school, my teachers always used to call me, she is a shy person, an introvert person, a person who's always there, who will learn, but she will never be the prominent person to pick up and say, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. So that question always arose in my mom's mind, that how she's so different when she is at home and why she's so different there. And I very well remember that that was because every time something was told to me, I took some time to understand what is that the person is trying to say, process it, and then produce the right response to it. And that not only helps you to channelize your focus, keep you very, very structured or processed is what you call. And nowadays, I find many kids who are like that. In fact, as you spoke to me, raising an introvert child in the extrovert world that we see as a topic today, my boy is somebody who is of the similar nature. Everybody who comes up to me always tells me, hey, you keep speaking all the time. You're always there on social media. You're really very good to hear and you provide great value. Why is your son not very open when it comes to speaking out? And I tell him, it's not about being introvert or extrovert. He's an extreme extrovert, but he takes time to choose the people and to choose his words when he communicates. And that's perfectly all right. I mean, every child today is different. And what we do is we enforce what we feel as the word introvert or extrovert to them. And that's not the right thing to do. So, with that thought, I will leave this question to you. Now, go back to your setup and look at the children around you and tell me, are they really introvert and extrovert, or do we judge them as an introvert or extrovert?
So yeah, I mean, on behalf of audience as well, it is about again the environment. We whatever we speak, that will be acted by them. For example, in my
Right,
childhood as well, I always tell this to my mom. I mean, I should tell whatever is been over here. That is because of my mother only. So I
correct.
can completely relate to it. Whenever she introduces me. She used to tell he's my son. He's a shy guy, or she used to tell that to everyone. So that is been processed in me. I used to feel okay, I'm shy. So in that way it is been processed. So yeah, whatever we actually speak, that actually that will be there, or that will be implemented by that kid, or that will be processed in their particular personality. That's what I
Super,
believe.
super. I think that's also about feeding what you can in the right way or wrong way in your subconscious mind.
Right.
Because we say that statistics reveal that a child is born
Hmm.
and his brain is completely equivalent to an adult's brain at the age of 7.
Hmm.
And the number of neurons that we have are about 20,000 and more in our brains. So
Hmm.
when a young child grows, Santosh, he actually perceives the entire world through his parents
Right.
and everybody who's around him. And the minute you tell them, this is papa, this is mama, this is spoon, this is right, this is wrong, they start perceiving that way.
Right.
Sometimes even a small thing. For example, I'll share this story. Yesterday, one my maid, after a lot of leaves, came back to me and said that I today is the first or second, so I need my salary. And her salary after so many leaves also is only around 1,500. Okay, and I gave her 1,700. And
Hmm.
my husband was like, I think there's something wrong in the calculation. I said, there's nothing wrong in the calculation. It's about breaking that subconscious thing that if I have taken leave, when I go back to a person, the person is going to either shout at me, scream at me, not give me my entire pay. And here I have broken that perception that she had in her mind, because she always had that in her mind that, if I'm going to do something wrong, I'm always going to be punished. And that
Right.
is always there in a child's mind. Because
Right.
as young dudes, when we are growing, our parents, our teachers have always fed us this is right, this is wrong, and there can be no gray area,
Hmm.
or there can be no breakthroughs, or there can be no non judgmental space. But as
Hmm.
a posh and POXO specialist, when I am working as a founder of Right to Rise, I have seen a lot of children that come are traumatized by their own people. And that trauma builds one at a time when you are very young.
Right.
So with that big adult also today, when that lady got that 1,700 rupees, just that amount, 200 rupees more, she, the first statement that came out of her mind was, I have taken so many leaves. So have you given it full? And when she calculated, and she was very shocked, I gave her more. She even didn't turn back, and afterwards she calls back and says, you have given me more. And I said, I've not given you more because you deserve or you don't deserve. I've given you more because I want you to break that every person is equivalently the same and will react the same.
Hmm.
Because you, me, my brother, your sister, your family, even if we are blood relationships, we will not react or respond in the same way. And it doesn't mean that every child will react in the same way. So, subconsciously, what are you doing as a parent? What are you doing in your setup, personally, professionally, is up to you. Your communication, defines your present and your future. And that will define what is the kind of person you are, and we can see that right away. Even
Hmm.
if you were an introvert, your mother had the persistency to see that she will always put you on the right approach, and that's why you have taken it with such confidence. The
Right.
boy that I have had today has always seen that no matter what comes, mama and papa are always with me. So I
Hmm.
am not an introvert even if the whole world tells me, because subconsciously I've been fed every day that I'm a confident boy. I'm
Hmm.
a outspoken person. I take my ownership and responsibilities for my own life. I am able to take the decisions, because when you go back to many of the children today, whether they are introvert or extrovert, their decision making is zero,
Right.
because we expect them to do everything what we feel is, we want
Hmm.
them to do it that way, because it can be of many reasons. One, that we have not completed that. For example, I have not excelled somewhere, I want my child to excel that, so I
Hmm.
enforce that. If I am not doing some things right in my life, I still want my child to do those things right. You don't
Right.
allow the child to grow, you enforce your positives always, even though they want to emerge as a flower, they want to bloom every stage.
Hmm.
So that is something that I always wanted to bring up when we spoke about introverts and extroverts.
Right. So here, okay, right now we are speaking from the side of being a parent and all. Let us
Yeah.
flip the coin and try to actually understand what, as a child, as a kid, what exactly may be going through their mind, or what is actually they are feeling. Because I can relate. I mean, I can share my experience, but what you have seen in your kid, I mean, understanding other people means obviously there are some other people who are trying to make him down or telling him some words, bullying him or whatever it is. But yeah, being a parent, you are also telling some good words to him, being confident and all. So from the child perspective, what exactly may be going through his mind, or what exactly is going through in his complete what's it called? I mean,
I'll,
obviously,
I'll, I got
yeah.
really reminded of a story.
Hmm.
Sometimes we as parents, we as relatives, we as professionals forget what is like being a child.
Right.
Okay, sometimes we pretend, sometimes we forget what
Right.
is it like being a child, because we are so busy in our life today that we forget that we were also a child someday, and we had that bubbliness and that chirpiness in us. Okay,
Right.
one of these days, this happened like 2 years back when my child was around 12, and he came up to me and he told me something that, Mama, why can't you actually uh, stay away from work for some time to be with me? You know that I have so many things, but I want to discuss, and I think I wanted a sibling or a friend who I can discuss with, and why don't you do that with me? For 2 minutes, I actually forgot everything that I was doing, and I said, "Okay, tell me what is it about?" And I was there with him. And there was so much flowing that he wanted to share, which I never saw that sparkles and those other things with him. So
Hmm.
post that, now every time we have a time when it is away from gadgets, away from phone, away from laptop, and it's just you and me, with
Hmm.
this me and my child. And like you ask the questions, how do they feel? Sometimes they feel that they just want to blast out.
Hmm.
The thing about introverts is they understand everything. They look
Hmm.
at everything. For them, everything outside is chaos, and
Hmm.
what is going on inside is only what they can see. We go sometimes very quiet. Okay. The next generation of quiet kids is that they have their own strengths, but they will not reveal you that strengths.
Right.
Okay, they always know that this is what I'm good at, but even if you as a parent go and ask them, what you really like doing, what do you think about this, what do you think about that, unless until you have generated that rapport, you will not be able to even get a word out from them.
Hmm.
When a child is not heard, he's having a lot of upheaval in his mind, and
Hmm.
sometimes that upheaval is so much that it will just break over
Hmm.
like a volcano.
Right.
Same way, maybe you have constantly been, for example, I'll give you this situation. There have been many families where husbands and wives fight.
Right. Right.
Okay. and children don't speak up because either they are very young or they understand and see everything, but they are
mm,
unable to do anything about it because they are very young. They are not able to talk out or voice out, or sometimes they feel ki, why am I actually here? Okay. But as they grow, that will come out someday, and it will come in front of you saying, when I was counseling one of this couple, and this child was 3, and from 3 they have been fighting. This couple has been fighting constantly. When he was 8, and he was a very quiet boy, he never used to speak up, so they came for counseling to me, that there is something has happened. Maybe he has undergone abuse and harassment at his school, and he's not speaking. He's very quiet. He always keeps among himself. He's always with his gadget. He's always with his phone. He's always with his laptop. He's okay when he goes with the friends, but with us he doesn't talk. So there's something mentally happening. So they
mm,
came to me, and I said, look, I'm not a psychologist. That time I was not one. I would not be able to comment on that. You need to go and get a clinical psychologist. But
mm,
they did not get any support by a clinical psychologist, and they came back to me and said, why don't you just have a conversation with this person? When we spoke to that 8-year-old boy, it was not about abuse, it was not about rape, it was not about sexually colored remarks, it was not about harassment, it was not about bullying, ragging, but it was way beyond. It was very, very deep rooted that my parents don't understand me as much as I understand them. They don't even want to hear my perceptions. They
mm,
don't even want to hear what is that happening inside me. I'm just frustrated of staying. I don't want to stay with both of them.
mm.
So when it happens in an introvert mind, maybe it happens very young. Sometimes it's just pretending an extrovert. Like if you're constantly nudging a person, oh, he's an introvert, he's an introvert, he's an introvert. Subconsciously, it's building up. One day
Mm,
he will just come out with that and he will scream and say, even you believe that, then if you don't trust me, then who?
mm,
Because at the end of the day, it's only the parents, the setup, the loved ones, even if it's the only teacher who he loves. If that teacher also doesn't love him that much, then it breaks him and shackles him. So these
mm.
are different kind of emotions. It could be anxiety, it could be fear, it could be frustration, it could be anger, it could be even going mad. And I'm sure, Santosh, you resonate with that, that if you don't have a support system with these introverts and you don't even show them that hope.
Right.
We talk so much about hope, compassion, love, self-care, self-love. We use these words very often. But if you go in deep and see, you have to work on these words for
Right.
them and for you to be appreciating what you have.
Mm,
A
mm.
lot of people, even today, fail to understand that a weekend is to be well spent with your family and with your children. Why we keep on telling that is because there has to be a detachment from your work and from your personal space to maintain a balance. And
Mm.
that balance is not only just sitting and doing, it could be just sitting and doing nothing. It doesn't have to be going out for a shopping or going out for a buying something, pampering with extra gifts. So introvert children don't look for gifts.
Right.
Introvert children just look for time and love, right?
True.
So,
True.
what's happening in a child can be only known when you sit silently, even watching what he's doing. That's good enough. He will speak up,
Mm, mm.
right?
True.
So, this
True.
is what I think children will be undergoing. And I have seen uh, my boys go, and I know that for sure every child, whether it's a boy or girl, have different ways to respond. So I can't
Right.
generalize saying, these are how the traits of every introvert child happens, but most of them will reflect and will tell you that this is what is happening inside them if you really give them that time. All they
Right.
need is time, friends. All they need is your presence. All they need is being with you. All they need is, today we are at Gandhi Jayanti. All they need is you sending them a message. I think Gandhi was an epitome of love, care. We know that he had great determination when we wanted to get independence.
Right.
But the most important thing that Gandhi had was simplicity,
Mm.
fearlessness, empathy, self care, nobility, humility. These are words that are good to hear. Let's start working on that with our own boys, with our own girls, with our own children.
Right.
I'm sure there's no introvert. Introvert is just a word.
Right.
Why should somebody not speak up when he has so many people to speak around?
Right.
Only when he doesn't find his space.
Right. True.
Own your space. Yeah.
I mean, I just want to add few things like, yeah, being
Yes.
a child, if they are not speaking, so it will definitely affect their way of things in adulthood. So for example, when I was talking, I mean, I also want to take some cases over here. I was being a mentor for a few introverts out here, and I was talking to them one on one. But I'm able to, I mean, I mean, they are telling me that they're not able to express, and even they are not, they don't want to express to their parents, and they're telling me this. Being an adult, almost they are being 20, 25, 25 years, they're not kids right now, but still they are having that feeling of, I mean, I cannot speak to my parents, I cannot tell it to my parents, because from my childhood I was not so connected. So then I understood that, I mean, as you are talking about, that time and space is the one thing most of the people are missing out. So yeah, as you told, the compassion, I mean, talking to them, having that compassion, and maybe having that empathy to what exactly is going through their life and all. There should be someone, maybe they should express, or there should be someone who has to take some time, and they have to sit and they have to understand this. So yeah, this is one thing, this is affecting the adulthood or the career as well. That's what I started batch and all, I understood that it is actually impacting careers. I mean, in the long term, it is actually impacting careers, because in their mind, it has been fixed already because of the childhood, whatever they have been into. It has been fixed, telling no one is trying to understand me. Anyways, I will not express to anyone. So this is the thought process which is running in their mind, and they're not expressing to anyone out there. They are just keeping everything inside. So because of which, obviously, if something is going inside and you are keeping it all the feelings inside, uh, I mean, it will burst out someday, and it may lead to depression as well. It may lead to some other circumstances as well. So this is,
True.
I mean,
Very true.
yeah, this is what is
That's
happening.
wonderfully told, Santosh. Wonderful.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, ma'am, that's what I always, that's what I am trying. I am also telling the same thing, like introversion. I mean, some people think that introversion is something bad, or I should not be like this, people are avoiding me and all. It's okay to be like that. It's just a character, as you already told. It's just a character, it's fine. And yeah, it's okay to be like that. If you're not outspoken, if you want to talk to few people, you can talk to them, it's fine. Even one two people, you can talk, that's it, it's fine. So yeah, that's what the intent behind this show, telling that, there, I mean, two important things which I understood is, one is self acceptance, second is being that, whom to talk to. These are the two things which are missing in most of the people being an introvert. So yeah, this is what I also want to tell, and thank you so much for actually taking that point. And yeah, the last question in this first round is about, how a kid, obviously being parents, it's fine. Now as a kid, what actually he should or she should be taken care of to come out or express, or to at least come out of that and gain some confidence. What can the activities, or what can he or she do to actually do it, or what parents should encourage to do them? So if you can give some pointers, definitely it will be a great use for a lot of
Yes.
people.
Very, very beautiful question. A very valid question. First of all, I think you should make, we say what is called an affirmation.
Hmm.
Okay, we should work on an affirmation. I am not boring, I am not shy, I'm not an introvert, I'm an artist, a lover, a dreamer, a fighter, a seeker, an observer, an imaginative person, a treasure of all minds. I'm close to my friends, I appreciate connections, I love to speak to people, I connect to people when I want to, and I matter as much as you matter.
Right.
Bringing up self esteem with constantly creating affirmations is very important, because that kid has constantly been telling, I am a shy person, I am an
Right.
introvert, I am an introvert. Subconsciously, it's already been fed. It's like saying you take a blackboard. When a child is born, he's like this whiteboard or blackboard, completely clean. You keep on drawing the same line again and again and again and again and again. It takes an effort for you to dust it away, right?
Right.
It takes an effort for you to rub that line, and still there will be a mark.
Hmm.
It's like saying you are hitting that brain with that line again and again and again and again. Now it will take the effort for you to erase also.
Right.
And that will only be erased when you make strong affirmations every morning. And I don't know about people say to make an habit, it's at least 21 days. I'm going to tell you, take at least 90 days because being a legal professional person, we say all cases close in 90 days. I'm going to
Right.
tell you, this at least will take 90 days for you to make an effort every morning to speak this to your child, to touch him physically and say, yes, I love you, and you are capable enough to do everything. You are an extrovert. You will be a great, powerful person. And he himself telling that at least once or twice a day.
Hmm.
There is no time limit, there is no number of times. The more number of times they talk to themselves, the more it becomes easier to
Hmm.
understand you are a person unique of your own.
Right.
So, first, I would say affirmations. Second, improving their self esteem by allowing them to do what they wish and what they feel is capable first.
Right.
If they want to read, please read. If they want to cycle, please cycle. Don't say you need to go here, you need to go here, you need to do this, you need to do that. Let them first analyze what do they really want to do in their life, even if it's the wrong thing. I'm saying this in quotes, even if it is a wrong thing. Let them go through that process of understanding this is right, this is wrong, and be there to support if they fall. And
Hmm.
then they'll rise. Because
Right.
after every fall, there is a rise. After every darkness, we know there is a ray of hope and shine. So let them do that. Let them go through the process. Handhold them, be with them, give them that time. So the second thing is allow them to do what they wish to do and enable them, right? So after affirmations, after allowing them to be themselves and enable them, thirdly, introverts are very special. So you must divert their mind into something which they feel is a talent or something that they really want to focus on.
Right.
Because we say wherever the energy, wherever the focus is, the energy flows. Energy flows where the focus flows. I'm
Right.
sure we've heard this line umpteen number of times. So you have to focus their mind into something very productive
Hmm.
because they are very creative, very imaginative, people of great virtues, people who are lone but have great ideas who have not been implemented. They
Right.
can be great researchers, great people who are into some into a great making of a device, or they could be TED Talk speakers. They could be people who have really not explored their miracle self.
Right.
We say you are destined to create your destiny, and
Hmm.
if you want to create your destiny, then you have to be as miraculous and you have to allow that person to be the best themselves,
Right.
right? So let them be those. Let them allow them to grow that way into a focused talent. It could be something very simple as learning a piano because I'm sure the music will flow and they will know that they are meant for it. We've
Hmm.
already seen Neera Chopra.
Right.
We never expected Neeraj Chopra to become a gold medalist.
Right.
And if you see any of his videos, he always says, "This is the first time I have won gold for India."
Hmm.
And I don't think we've seen him shouting, screaming all the time like an extrovert. I'm just giving an example. He's a silent person, but he is somebody who was very focused on javelin. Now, when
Hmm.
he first hit the stage on the ground, on sports, every equipment was there. But he picked up javelin. And why he picked up javelin is because there was some calling and purpose towards it. And he has
Right.
kept his focus time and again on it and got the gold. And even now, when you see his interview, he says, I will go on for every year, time and again, till I get the umpteen number of gold. And people who give the gold have to get tired,
Hmm.
right? So,
Hmm.
people, even introverts, are people who are normal like you and me. They will
Right.
be at it till they remove that tag that I am not an introvert. So for
Hmm.
that, instead of keeping that focus only on one area, we need to even switch their focus onto another productive area. So
Right.
that's my take for these lovely people. They are not introverts, they are unique, different, and very special. So believe me, they are the best people who you can mentor. They are the best people who can become tomorrow's leaders.
Right.
So go for it, friends. The hope is still there, and I'm sure this lovely stories of hope is bringing you great value on this channel.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Actually, I mean, whatever I believe, maybe if I get them in my childhood, probably I mean, different case I was into. But yeah, it took me personally, it took me a lot of time to process and understand things because as you told, that pointers no one told me in childhood or being in an environment, and no one told me to fail. First of all, everyone want me to succeed in every single stage. But yeah, I mean, that's the one thing which actually hampered me as well. I was talking to other people, they're also telling the same things whatever you are mentioning. So definitely this three pointers will be a great game changer for a lot of people. It can be parents, it can be a child who is introverted. So do follow them. They are the powerful points. If you can implement them, you are going to turn the coin completely, and you are going to transform the way which you are. And no, I mean, I'm telling you, if we have done, I mean, I have done personally at that moment, or someone is there to tell me all these points, definitely my game will be in a different level right now. Still I'm
100%, your life is not over, Santosh. You are here to stay, and you are here to create that magic, and you are here to create that impact in those lives. That has been the purpose that God has made for you. So 100% you're going to win in that.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, obviously, I'm telling to people that this is a golden chance, this is a golden nugget which you got early. That's it. So yeah, we
Superb,
took.
superb.
I have taken time, but yeah, you got it early. So use them. Definitely, it is going to be a great game changer. So with this,
Amazing.
we are done with the first round. Let us go quickly to the second round. That is about rapid fire. So before
Yes.
that, yeah, anyone who want to approach Raina ji for the things, like, I mean, as I told you, she has into the post training and complaints and all. If you want, you can also follow her. Already the links are there in the description, and you can actually get the website link also, the right to rise, in the description out there, and you can contact her over there. And yes, with that, we'll go to question and answer. I mean, sorry, rapid fire. That is, obviously, it is simple rapid fire. It is nothing to do with any things, but yeah, little personal. First question is about: are you a night owl or early bird?
Sorry, what was the question? Can you repeat that?
Are you a night owl or a early bird?
I am an early bird, but nothing is very fixed. Okay, since it's a rapid fire, we won't give explanation. Some
Yeah,
days
yeah.
are late owls because we have to complete certain deadlines of the client also. So
Right,
yes,
right.
but mostly an early bird. Thank you.
Early bird. Okay, fine. So next question is about: what is the? I mean, if obviously every day it is not like we'll be pumped up or motivated. So what actually make you get refreshed, not in an books or any specific thing? I'm talking about in an entertainment mode, like movies, songs, or any other thing which you feel that you do to get out or to get refreshed.
I love listening to music. I like singing. I'm a good singer as well. And what refreshes me is if my child and my boys, that's my husband and my boys are free, then they play the piano and the guitar, and I like to sing. If we
Oh,
are
wow.
free, then we do it together. Otherwise, I listen to music. I think I'm a great person who listens to music and sings. I love music. I think the one harmony in my life is only because of music. And if there is more, then yes, I'm also into dancing. So yes, I like to dance as well.
Okay. So next question is about the books. I mean, what is that one book which actually transformed your life, or which actually changed the game of you?
There are many books, but I love all John C. Maxwell's book because he talks about the different levels of leadership.
Hmm.
From all kinds of leadership, he gives you the traits, he gives you the rule book, and I have learned a lot from his books. But yes, there is Simon Sinek, the Why, there is the Habit, there is the Rule of Five. Uh,
Hmm.
there is a lot of books and biographies that have really led me to the person who I am. But if I have
Hmm.
to give two names, then it's Simon Sinek and John C. Maxwell.
Okay. So, I mean, you told us about your introversion, means in the school and all. Obviously, at that moment, people may bully you or may be criticizing you for so many things. Is that any situations as such or any experience as such? But yeah, after that, the people who actually bullied you or teased you right now told or called you, messaged you, whatever, just telling, Raina, you are into different level. At that moment, we didn't expect that.
Yes, I have my school buddies even messaging me now and saying, "Oh my God, what has Rena transformed into?"
Right.
And yes, I have been abroad for some years as well, so I have people from there also who keep pinging me. my college or my university professors, my research professors, and they said, "Oh my God, a person who's completely into IT in front of the laptops, designing circuits, suddenly sitting and into international speaking and TEDx speaking and mentoring and things like that." But yes, during school days, I remember there was this one situation where it's a very weird situation actually. I was a very dedicated person. I'm always a flyer. Okay, I always used to top my class on the first, second, or third positions. And even when I did my 10th and my 12th, I have got very good grades,
Hmm.
almost close to a gold medal kind of a thing. So, one of the times, like in a Hindi class, I think I still remember somebody. I used to write very good dohas, and I used to write very good explanation of Hindi poems and comprehensions. So I finished this entire notebook, which has good material in it, and I give it for submission at my teacher's desk. And the teacher says that, earlier days we used to just submit it on the table of the desk of the teacher. Everybody used to put their notebooks and it used to rack up, and then, we are going out to another class. When we come back, we don't know who has come to the class, who has not come to a class, and all that, right? These
Hmm.
classrooms were different. So when
Right.
we exited out, the teacher came into the classroom to collect the books. And she said, "I did not find your book after 2 days." So I said, "No, I did leave my book on the table, I'm for sure." So she said, "No, go back to your home and check it." I checked it, it was not there. She checked it, it was not there. So somebody had come in the middle and picked up my book and taken it away
Hmm.
because they really wanted to use that, or they wanted to use the content in it. After a few days, I get this notebook back in between the books.
Oh.
Okay, and the teacher opens it and sees that the notebook has pages that have been torn and taken by this person, and it
Hmm.
says, "Catch me if you can." And the teacher was very, very angry on it. Okay, she asked the entire class and nobody responded, and they didn't really get to know who was the culprit, though we could see the handwriting. They did do a little check to find out who it could be, but we did not take any strict action against that person. But what I'm saying is that person did it because for two reasons. One, she did not have the courage to come and ask me, "Can I take your book and notes?" Two, she did it because she was an introvert and she felt that, I was too extrovert and she couldn't speak up to me. Then when she came to me and we know that this person had done it, so we got her on the table and she thought I will be very angry with her. I said I
Hmm.
was very angry because you took my notes. And more than that, I was very angry because you wrote "Catch me if you can." So
Hmm.
you can see that sometimes introverts have a lot of courage inside, which has been unexplored.
Right.
And it becomes very, very dangerous because we don't allow them to explore.
Hmm.
She then spoke and told me that, many reasons in her personal life, in her professional life, she was being pushed away by people and not accepted.
Hmm.
And all I told to her, if you had been very open to me, come up to me and said, I would have just given you the book, even if you have copied my notes.
Hmm.
But this way was not right. And that girl did understand. And after so many years, 6 months back, she pinged me that I still remember you. I don't know how she found me on Facebook and she put me a message note. I still remember the date when you had shown me the right way. She is now sitting in NASA
Wow.
as a scientist. She works at NASA and she's very, very well to do over there. And she's a very known person there. And it was a very, very, very interesting thing for me that something completely transformed her life just by that one
Statement.
conversation that we had, because the teachers were like, let's rusticate her. The principal was like, let's remove her from the college because she has stolen. And my parents were also upset because I had cried for 3 days not getting my notebook back, and after getting, we got this "Catch me if you can," which we never expected. So but I still remember me and my mother sat down and we said, no, she is just like us. I think we should allow her one more chance to change. And that change has become magical for her, and she has been such a successful person. So, not every time punishing a person yields you good.
Hmm.
Sometimes being compassionate, hopeful, trustworthy, supportive, does help you. So let's create that change and become an impact maker rather than looking at life in only black or white.
Right. Amazing, amazing. Good story, and so interesting it is. I
Yeah,
mean,
it is very interesting. Even my mother remembers that story yet because I don't know. I think we were too shaken with that line that was mentioned. And for a child in the sixth standard to get something like that and person being so aggressive, tearing those pages and then writing that thing is too much. That means a 6-year-old child is only something around 8 years or eight
right,
years child doing that is not right. So
right,
mental state of mind, you can just imagine, how it could be.
right. Wow, wow. I mean, 45 minutes. I don't know how we have completed 45 minutes. It is going with very good flow. Anyways, yes, with this, we are done with our second round as well, the rapid fire. Thank you so much, Raina ji, for sharing your thoughts and your story and all. Definitely, I'm getting inspired. I'm also felt like, oh my god, these many things are happening because we see as you as a successful person with lot many things, so many awards, and yeah, been into leadership from so many years of experience and all. So no one knows about these all these stories, right? Very few, maybe your parents or someone very close to you only know about them, right? No one knows the other side of what Raina is all about, or what she has done, what she has been into and all. Definitely, even I got inspired. Definitely the people who are watching it also get inspired by listening to your story, and your son's story and all. Definitely, thank you so much once again for sharing that without any filters and all. Thank you so much for giving your value, putting your experience pointers and all. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you so much. I think that's an honor for me that I could share and bring back my memories because this was just so spontaneous, Santosh. I must thank you for creating this space because I don't remember these moments, but talking with you and bringing up these points did actually take me back to my childhood days and my memories. Like I always say, I don't prepare too much for my interviews that are very, very free flowing. And I should thank you for bringing back those thoughts and beautiful memories that we have created even during childhood. I hope these inspirational nuggets can be of hope to your wonderful audience and the children and parents who see this. Thank you so much for having me. It's a great honor for me as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Have a
so much.
good Sunday.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you once again. And yes, people who are watching me live or recorded, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on all the social media platforms. The links are there in the description. And yes, we'll meet you in the next episode of Stories of Hope Introvert Special. Until then, have a nice day and stay home, stay safe.